Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Buset. Tes. Suara gue masuk kagak ya? Aduh.
Or not.
Sebentar ya teman-teman semuanya. Oh, belum ada yang nonton ini kan ya? Nggak ada yang nonton juga nggak jadi masalah ya guys ya. Tapi bentar dulu, gue mau cek audionya deh. Duh, bener ya kalau udah kuliah tuh bener-bener sibuk. Aduh. Besok Senin, asik.
Let's go find some treasure.
Oke, sebentar ya teman-teman, gue bakal ngecek dulu audio gue. Kalau misalkan udah bisa masuk, baru kita bakal berpetualang. Semoga nggak ada kendala
Benny's
juga ya.
Adventure Team, assemble!
Ini BTW. Sebentar.
Or not. Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Kayaknya lancar-lancar aja deh. Bukan kayaknya sih. Ya, semoga lancar ya.
Ow! Where did that come from?
Oke teman-teman, jadi ini dia. Ya, region Sumeru ya. Mungkin ya kalian udah beberapa orang lihat beberapa YouTuber yang duluan review Sumeru dan saya ketinggalan ya. Ini semoga mikrofonnya nggak bermasalah ya. Ini desibelnya gue kecilin deh. Ini sorry banget gue nggak bisa pakai mic condenser gue yang biasanya, jadi yang pasti hasil suara gue nggak bakal sejernih.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Ini kabel XLR-nya kayaknya agak bermasalah, jadi perlu gue ganti. Tapi ya itu masih project jangka panjang lah, masih ya belum ada duitnya guys ya. Oke, sebelumnya ini gue bener-bener belum nge-explore ini guys. Sebentar. Wah, resin gue penuh. Oke, gue bakal ini dulu deh. Aduh, kalau lagi ngelot di harddisk jadi begini ya, parah. Gila. Sorry banget guys, gue udah lama banget nggak ngupload konten segala macem karena ya jujur aja gue udah masuk perkuliahan tuh gimana ya, sibuk cuy awal-awal. Kerkol lah segala macem lah. Oke. Ini juga baru bisa langsung bensin lagi. Gila, gue ngelag banget.
Into the wind.
Balonnya hilang kemana cuk?
Adventure time.
Oh, balonnya ke sana, ya ampun. Main dikit aja ketinggalan balon gue.
Useless.
Time to get caught.
Aduh.
Everybody stand back.
As one with wind and cloud. with nature.
Ini balon gua balon itu.
Evil conquering.
Udah lama gak main Genshin tuh jadi main ya.
Why do they never miss? Let's light it up!
Wind strike. Time to go.
Aduh. Naga Nohara.
I still think we should change it. This place.
Buset. Judulnya nih streamingnya Explore Sumeru ya, tapi malah ngerjain misi umum. Clickbait ini nggak boleh.
Follow the wind.
Oke. Padahal dari Mondstadt terus Liwei, Nazuma tuh gue belum 100% semua gitu. Ya mau grinding sih mau aja, cuman waktu kan juga lama-lama ya buat yang lain gitu, nggak bisa main Genshin terus gitu ya. Sih menjadi dewasa itu tidak enak.
The birds call. The wind
Ada yang
knows.
perlu dikorbankan.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh?
Coba. Ini kalau nggak salah ada reaction baru ya dari Besok ya, gue pelajarin lagi. Gak sempet lihat apa tuh
Retribution.
sumber yang baru kayak reaction.
Time to go.
Let's light it up!
Boring. Wind strike.
Pakai tim shield dia betul.
Fallen leaves adorn my night. Time to go.
I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Satu lagi. Oke, streamingnya sih lancar sih ya untuk kecepatan upload. Karena gue juga bisa streaming ya di resolusi segini 720. Aduh.
nature. Tip riptide. Clouds high. The birds come.
Get out of here!
Smoothness.
Ini gue bingung resin penuh gua apain ya?
No time to
Gua
lose.
ambil dulu kali ya. Sekarang gue udah bodo amat mau resin gue penuh apa enggak. Kalau emang lagi nggak bisa main Genshin ya tidak bisa dipaksakan. Kalau dulu kan gue ngejar banget tuh, kayak gimana ya, kayak no lab gitu loh. Misalkan resin udah 140 tuh pasti gue Genshin. Kalau sekarang nggak bisa lagi kayak gitu.
Thank you for Add Astra.
Kalau udah misi harian kita bakal explore. Terus gua lagi rerun Zhongli ya kalau nggak salah ya, temen gua ngasih tahu rerun Zhongli. Kalau yang event official tuh yang terakhir yang ada apa Dodoko lagi tuh, Dodoko Island, gue masih sempat ngejar deh. Cuman ini event apa gue udah nggak tahu nih. Ada tes run segala no. Tigneri Dharma Forest nih mana? Ini apaan anjir, burung merak. Oh ini nanti gue harus nge-quest nih. Tapi malam ini kayaknya nggak kekejar deh. Gue nggak tahu, gue streaming 4 jam kali, sampai jam 11 atau jam 12 nggak tahu. Senin gue perlu istirahat, jadi kita lebih baik kita percepat saja ya.
I summon thee!
No rest for the wicked. Oh, so sorry.
No escape! Bet you can't keep Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Anjay.
I summon thee!
Freeze.
Let it rain!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Wah.
Add Astra. Let's go!
Dodge this.
Come a little closer. Diana Special!
Oh, so sorry. Freeze.
Shaken and stirred!
Dodge this.
You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy. Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Don't get frostbite.
Look at you, Blue Down!
Freeze. Dodge this.
Come a little closer.
Disetrum anjay. Oke. Nah ini nih elemen yang baru nih. Kolei. Dia lucu sih. Dia emang lucu.
You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
Let the show begin. Out the frying pan, into the fire. Fly! Just like we rehearsed. Ready, steady, go!
Try not to enjoy this too much. Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy.
Eat this! Boba, get them! Try this on the side.
Gila, keren banget tuh reaksi Dendro. Sekarang kita pakai Mbah Zhongli dulu.
Solidify!
You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
Quake! I will have order!
Bakso lempar.
This will be
Gue masih belum punya alasan kenapa gue pengen nge-pull Zhongli, tapi gue bakal pull
Stabilize! This is order!
Oh, makan tuh bakso.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite!
Let's spark things up.
Apa dia jadi ke atas?
Crumble! Order
Makan
guide you!
bakso. Yang baru nih. Tightenery. Gimana sih sebutnya ejaannya? Ah, apalah itulah pokoknya. Mulai biasain lagi main Genshin, cok. Udah lama banget nggak main. Gila. Tangan gue kayak berasa kaku. Untung udah spiral lebih waktu itu. Soalnya sehabis gue pindahan tuh bener-bener rada chaos ya, bersih-bersih rumah. Nggak pindahin tuh
Keep up!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
yeah.
Ha! One with the forest! I hear everything!
Wow, gila. Ngeliatnya enak kayak ijo-ijo gitu.
Come a little closer. Blitz.
Der.
Hustle and Amber, help!
Can't see? Oh. I'll uproot you!
Gila.
Leave it up to me, as a dutiful maid would.
Surrender and I'll be gentle. Come a little closer.
One with the forest! Let's nip that in the bud!
Entah kenapa kalau dengan elemen dendro ini gue perhatiin ya, hero-hero elektro tuh jadi kayak rada OP gitu loh. Tapi gue masih belum tahu kenapa penyebabnya. Gue udah kagak ngikutin Genshin, cok. Sebentar. Udah, kita langsung aja ya. Gak pengen berlama-lama. Berarti kalau Sumeru udah open ya harus ngumpul-ngumpulin lagi dong ya. Yang kayak Pulus. Buset dah. Grinding lagi. Gila.
No time to lose. Yeah.
Wait. Ini ada di sini.
Yeah.
Ini tembus kemana dong? Bentar nih, gue penasaran nih. Wah, oh bisa lewat sini guys. Ya berarti gue bener lewat sini ya. Ini bisa ya lewat tadi. Ini udah mulai jungle ya. Wah. Pilih start show buat apa nih? Gue ambil dulu aja lah. Continue through the forest.
To Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your sister. But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information. But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby.
Wih,
Wait a second. Look.
Anjay, ada ibu-ibu dari
Perfect
Sumeru, guys.
timing. Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there. We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Kalau dia nggak nengok serem sih.
Huh?
Oh nengok. Oh ibu-ibu Sumeru nih. Ini ibu-ibu apa bapak-bapak dah? Gue masih bingung dah.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
Ntar dulu mau ngambil chest dulu anjay. Paimon.
All right, now we're talking. Yep. No time to lose.
Adventure time. Adventure time. Off we go.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Let's go take a closer look. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she? What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again? All right then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even if she's not very friendly, we just need her to point us in the right direction. That's all. Oh. What a lovely smell. It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all.
Anjay. Kenapa nih si Ether nih?
Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good.
Jangan-jangan ini lagi.
What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Masak jamur kali itu. Jamur kan ada yang bisa bikin halu. Ya.
What's happening? Traveler?
Ikas tuh bosan
This is no
anjir.
time for a nap. Oh, come-
Wah, nggak bener nih. Kok tiba-tiba di sini, guys? Waduh, bagaimana ini? Gila visualisasinya anjrit. Keren banget. Ini di gua ngelihatnya nih, ini ya apa? 280p ya, cuman kalau di YouTube jadi 720p, sayang banget. Kok gue jadi takut ya? Tapi lagunya ikutin dulu story-nya lah, gue bingung anjir. Dunia melupakan. Nggak tahu kok tanya saya. Baru juga main dia udah curhat.
It always rains when I go on it.
Tiba-tiba suara Bennett terus ada sambaran petir gitu ya. Aduh.
Are you sure it's not serious? A travel...
Yes, you can relax. Believe me,
ada suara
Master is extremely
orang.
knowledgeable. If he says that he's going to be
Oh, yang
alright,
kita pakai
then there's
kolej.
absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Anjir cakep juga ya.
Oh,
Clay.
thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here. Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're
Kadang gua
tasting.
nggak tahu rasanya loh.
He gave you some while you were unconscious.
Gua mencoba
Before I
mewakili
forget,
Esther aja lah.
Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up. Whoops!
Kenapa nih?
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Oke. Ini lucu nih, kupingnya kayak bukan kuping rubah, tapi kuping apa ini? Ini lebih memanjang gitu loh.
How are you doing?
Gua nggak tahu.
Feeling
Jangan-jangan
better?
Ini rubah lagi.
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in
Kalau
Gandharvaville.
I already informed
Diona
Paimon
kan
about the reason you fell
tengah kucing ya.
unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense? Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Oke.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you...
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you
Harusnya
might
si
not be
Esther
so
tuh
lucky.
pakai masker biar
For
nggak
now, I
ngegangguin.
suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in in Sumeru, and Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now?
Gue nggak tahu yang dirasakan Ether ya.
You
Asal
mean
jawab aja
the
lah.
vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Ya terserah Ether lah. Di sini yang jadi MC itu Ether. Kita cuman jadi ya yang mainin
Well,
aja udah.
considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea! Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Colin!
Nah ini sabar. Creating dendro cores. Oke, jadi dendro cores. Ini apa nih? Elemental reaction catalyst. When creator are affected by electro and dendro, quicken will occur, which will render them quick. Elemental reaction. Oh, ini yang bikin hero-hero elektro nih bakal rising kembali guys. Berarti kecing gua bakal kepake nih nanti nih. Bakal pakai sih yang pasti di sini. Nggak rugi ngepull Bakal sampai C2 guys. Fine boleh. Oke, tapi sebelumnya gue bakal nggak break sih, cuman ya gue bakal leave Genshin dulu ya. Soalnya gue mau buka Nvidia ini gue apa? GeForce Experience kayaknya. Setelah gue bongkar pasang nih setup perlu optimisasi lagi deh. Jadi sebentar guys ya. Perlu optimisasi nih. Optimizing. Oke, nah kan ke reset ini. Optimization sukses. Oke, karena udah berhasil kita launch lagi. Duh, gue kangen banget rambut gue sebelum begini. Ini gue karena mau masuk kuliah. Sebenarnya bukan karena disuruh sama kampus ya, tapi emang keinginan gue sendiri gitu. Ini kalau kalian mau tahu, ini potongan biasa yang sering gue potong dulu kalau waktu zaman-zaman masih SMP, terus awal masuk SMK. Nah, terus awal masuk kuliah ini gue juga seakan-akan pengen bernostalgia gitu, potong rambut kayak gini. Sebelumnya kan kalau kalian tahu tuh gue bukan disuruh sih, tapi temen gue waktu itu iseng coba mulet ya. Akhirnya gue sempet mulet lah. Tapi mulet yang nggak yang panjang banget gitu belakangnya, nggak kayak si siapa Bonge itu yang udah terkenal itu. Kalau Bonge kan sampai panjang nih. Kalau gue ya sekali-sekali mau potong gitu lagi. Cuman orang-orang bilang malah gue kayak tentara waktu awal-awal ini. Oh kan, setelah optimisasi tuh nggak terlalu panas gitu VGA gua. Kalian tahu nggak sih sebelum gua optimisasi ini 70 derajat, makanya dari tadi gua ngeliat monitor gue yang kiri ini kenapa panas banget gitu. Sekarang udah di 60-an. Oke, kita bisa lanjut lagi teman-teman. Keren banget cuy. Ini kita bisa kayak Attack on Titan nih. Anjay. Gue ada NPC, kasian banget kamu jadi NPC. Tapi lebih baik jadi NPC ya, cuman dijalankan program gitu. Gue nanya doang aja dikasih hadiah loh. Orang-orang Sumeru emang baik-baik ya. Aduh, maaf guys ya, lupa ngeliat. Belum gue
Off we go!
ini. Tadi gue nanya sama orang ini terus dikasih apa? Tahu lupa. Coba kita ngomong lagi nih. Sini banyak Robin Hood ya. Oh dia jualan nih tapi mahal banget ogah. Berukas Safa Mushroom nih. Oh, ini kah yang bikin kobam? Gila. Udahlah, nggak mau lama-lama, waktu gue nggak banyak tuh.
All right, next let's see your right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter, well...
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the... And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tenari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what if Tanari mentioned cleaning the statue just now? But, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps. Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Our recent catch was great.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
Apaan? Ini kebo atau apaan, guys? Kok begini? Sabar, ini kayak kebo. Ini bisa dinaikin gak sih? Penasaran deh. Kok nggak bisa? Penasaran.
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good.
Buka itu kan?
The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be—
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard to reach. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring...
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon.
Oh, jadi
She created the
Dendro Archon itu
rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert.
Rukkhadevata.
Her works provided a means of peaceful living for
Nama-namanya kayak
everyone.
kas-kas apa
To the
itu?
people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Iya. Mirip kayak
According to what
Marco.
Masters told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana.
Kusanali.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then,
Oh ya guys, gue dengar katanya leaks-nya ya bakal ada
I'm
karakter
not too sure what
namanya tuh
happened, to
Mika,
be
tapi gue
honest.
belum tahu kapan rilis.
Huh? You're not too sure?
Mika guys.
But aren't you from Sumeru?
yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
But
But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry. We understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person.
jadi gue sempat lihat trailernya yang Clay itu di akhir-akhirnya tuh dia kayak ada seakan-akan bilang sesuatu kayak ada Ember gitu. Pokoknya ada unsur Embernya lah. Ember sendiri yang kita tahu tuh jarang banget yang nge-build ya. Kalian pasti tahu Ember lah yang main Genshin ya. Kan gue ngomong sama kamera tapi kagak ada yang nonton ya, bodo amat gitu. Udah lah ya.
There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any
Ember
moment.
di sini
But is also
dibanggakan loh.
very understanding of
Ember
others.
nih harus
She's like the
dikasih
spark
buff
that lights
nih.
the fire in everyone's heart around her. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet.
Ember kalaupun di build juga sebenarnya bisa bagus sih cuman karena statement
sorry.
orang-orang banyak yang bilang Ember jelek, jadi ya gimana gitu kita memandang karakter Ember.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what...
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
Dapat
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion.
Nah, ini dia.
I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that...
So that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Sarastana until you...
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon? So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
The Dendro Archon statue of the Seven is up there. You should try touching it like the other ones we found on our journey. Paimon bets you'll definitely get a response from the Dendro Archon. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? You might be right. The statue does look kinda old. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. For now, let's focus on our job and clean up this... Huh? Wait a sec. Is it just Paimon, or was there something moving? Yeah, it was kinda small and round. It really freaked Paimon out. Whatever it was, we should probably go and investigate. Actually, on second thought, maybe we should get to cleaning first. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Tadi apaan yang lompat-lompat itu ya?
Off we go! Adventure time!
Si Kole lagi duduk.
Kale, we're back!
Si Ether udah hijau sekarang nih.
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break.
By the way, Kale, have you ever seen any small creatures scurrying around the forest? You know, that kinda look like a...
Creature that looks like a veggie? Well, I guess Master would say something like, all plants are living organisms, so they also fall under the category of Wow, fascinating! It almost sounds like an imaginary creature that you hear kids always talking about. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for anything like it. Oh, I almost forgot. Are you two hungry? I packed some food and water for us.
Si Kole baik banget, guys.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides,
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope... whoops! No! You dropped it on the ground!
Ya,
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale. Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own...
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as good...
Oh!
Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a... Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but he's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem... I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called... Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sages from the Academia have written him many times, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pocket.
Really? Paimon. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why? Is he going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kali's starting to laugh. That's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some primordial wrath!
No! Don't touch me!
Huh?
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't mean to scare you.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
Kayak ada sisi tertentu
No,
sama si Cole.
I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharvaville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look,
Gila, kalau
she's
malam
practically
keren banget.
running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
Malam nih. Oh, gila. Hutannya jadi gini ya.
Off we go!
Ah, Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Kita langsung aja ya, tidak usah berlama-lama. Ntar dulu, ada achievement diambil dulu deh. Jam 8 ya, jam 8. 801, bodo amat lewat dikit, nggak jadi masalah. Oke. Selamat pagi, Sumeru.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be.
Jangan
Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Wih. Gua masalahnya kagak ngikutin.
Ah,
cerita
it's you two.
Genshin.
I was just
Kan
about to go look
buat
for you.
kayak
Huh?
apa tuh, komiknya
Tainari,
gitu ya.
what
Ada
are you doing
kalau
here?
kalian
Where's
spec.
Kale?
Cuman gua nggak
I came to
ngikutin.
check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Waduh.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No, no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Oke, sekarang kita ngikutin timer. Ada challenge, tapi gue mau fokus story dulu deh.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your... So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time.
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has... All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head...
Yeah, we've been...
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who...
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species if you ask me.
Ini berapa lagi nih? Gue bakal naik. AR gue naik, cok. 59 bentar lagi.
The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepal.
Bentar, ini apa nih? Bouncy mushroom. Okay.
You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. No, tetapi. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Taina.
Jamur.
Bring it on. Who's next? No time to lose. No time to lose. Yeah.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Biasa kalau baru ke region baru jadi babi gitu.
Alright, we've
Kalau
gathered
udah
enough
lama
lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet
baru
Tainari.
deh udah jadi superhero gitu, dikenal sama orang-orang Sumeru dan Genshin seperti itu ya.
Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? Let's go find out what's going on.
Oke.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire...
And the radius of the contamination?
Wah.
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two...
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help you?
Nah bener nih si Ether udah sampai hijau, harusnya ngebantu.
You two have only just
Udah-
arrived in Sumeru.
udah
You're still
mencet
unfamiliar with many
T2-nya
things in these
Kusanali,
lands.
udah.
There's
Harusnya
a
bisa
unique
sih
type of
ngebantu.
anomaly that occurs in the affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a... As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that, we typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gundar.
Oh iya BTW. Kekuatannya Ether apa ya yang Ether yang Dendro? ganti mouse ini ya, udah sampai double klik nggak tuh. Kalian kesana nanti gue bakal aktifin teleport.
No time to lose.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Atmosfernya tinggi.
Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. That whole area is kinda gloomy. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
Ya sama,
That
Paimon.
is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Apa nih? Dendrogranum. Oh. Oke, kayaknya gue mulai paham.
Yeah! Yeah!
Apa nih?
You're mine! Yeah!
Judgment! Let's light it up!
No time to lose.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
You can't run! Ha!
As one with wind and cloud.
I'm going in! Ha!
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
Ini tumornya nih.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore...
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about
Iya sih,
something?
bisa aja balik lagi.
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, recently the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, if that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase.
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows down. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those... I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zone. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care...
Suruh balik ke Gandharva, tapi gue pengen buka ini dulu telepon. Penasaran sih, gila.
One with nature.
Gue streaming sampai jam 9 aja gitu. Oh, ada event cuy, nggak sengaja. Wow.
Looks like I went too far.
Tadi tuh baru cuma 2 ya. Ngeri ini efeknya. Aduh. Oke, kita langsung aja ke tempat yang disuruh Heinrich biar cepat.
No time to lose.
Gue kayak ngeliat ada yang lari tadi. Bentar deh, gue penasaran. Kayak ada yang lari. Sabar, sabar. Ini babi-babinya guys. Aduh. Hah? Mereka nyerang dia gimana ya? Gue nggak bisa bedain itu babi apa sapi.
No time to lose. Yeah.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that? Oh no, Hypatia! This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Hampir aja gua
Oh,
gebuk
her?
itu.
How could we forget?
Ternyata
So
penting
did
itu.
something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
Mukanya udah bete.
Oh,
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly...
yes. Allow me to explain. After we brought you from... She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat. And it appears she's forgotten to prepare some...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from...
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler,
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Taina?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the Dendro element.
Udah anjing.
I knew then, and if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I know when you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have. No, I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Waktu tuh terlalu cepet apa gimana? Terakhir
Anyway,
kan
please take good care of
Inazuma,
Hypatia.
sekarang buset.
I'll go prepare Kale's medicine. Rest assured, Kale will recover quickly as long as she has her medicine.
Saatnya kita jalan-jalan.
Nope, yep.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Oke, masuk gua.
Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody... Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around
Hypatia
the
tuh
area.
yang pertama kita temuin itu ya, yang kayak orang kayak dia tuh linglung, terus masak apaan malah kita jadi pingsan gitu. Hebat emang. Jangan pingsan lagi ya ter. Wah, pingsan dia. Aduh, Ini apaan? Kok jadi ada Pokemon? Kok jadi ada Pokemon dah? Sabar, suaranya lucu banget, sumpah. Aduh. Apaan ini? Ntar gue masih gak ngerti dah. Dia mau ngunjungin si Hypatia, tiba-tiba keluar Pokemon gitu loh. Wait. Cutscene. Harus curiga nih, yang lucu-lucu nih bisa-bisa malah mau
There
ngebunuh.
you are! Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait, why does it look super...
Berkabut. Wah, Sumeru ini banyak yang nggak bener di sini ya.
Huh? How things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we?
Nah, kalau kata gue ini nggak
Really?
bisa dijelaskan secara
Oh.
logika ini.
Maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Lebih baik kita ya cari tahu dulu aja kenapa bisa begini. Wih, tapi keren cuy. Kayak film ini cuy, apa yang film-film dulu tuh tentang apa ya, pokoknya kita manjat sampai ke langit itu terus ketemu kayak di negeri raksasa gitu loh.
This place is huge. Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Time to go.
Relaksana, creator are unknown but must be quiet. Shielding indeed. Ulang. Oh, naikin dari sana.
I could get used to this.
Itu kenapa ngepak begitu ya? Jatuh lagi. Gak bisa dong. Astaga. Bodo amat gue mungkin. Nah, loh masuk dimensi lain. Hah? Lah kok ke Inazuma?
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
wind knows me. Fallen leaves adorn my night. Into the wind.
Let's light it up!
Tidal wave.
Off we go!
Tiba-tiba di sini. Oke, dapat 2.
Let's light it up!
Oh, lumayan sakit juga, Ren.
The wind knows me.
Ini buahnya ada di mana dah? Di tempat yang bahkan gue sendiri kagak tahu, kagak ada di map. Oke, gue harus lihat.
Follow the wind.
Ke atas lagi, terus ke sana. Oke. Masuk kemana lagi? Identik sama.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Kan tempat yang apa tuh? Aduh, lupa gua. Kayak ada di story deh.
Wind strike.
Ini
Time to go.
Gimana ini? Tadi udah ngeliat no ada di situ.
No time to lose. Yeah!
Masa lift domain sih kan nggak lucu ya guys. Ini loh, gue udah ngeliat ini cuman nggak bisa gue. Wait. Oh, gue baru ngeh.
No time to lose.
Tiba-tiba udah di sini aja.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
Halusinasi kah?
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in the...
Strange place. Plotting.
Going in!
As one with wind and cloud, one with nature.
Shiver!
Who's next?
The end.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Yeah.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler. Though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are.
Okay.
Your sister. Oh, Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her, the bonds of love and family which drive you to find. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last.
Dia belum tahu Ether punya banyak plot armor. Kalau Ether tewas sekarang ya udah, masa sampai Sumeru doang ceritanya. Orang Ether MC itu harus tetap hidup teman-teman. Kalau MC tewas, isu udah berakhir. Belum tentu sih. Biasanya berakhir ceritanya.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia any... Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like... Oh, guess that makes... Anyways.
Gila, cuman mau nengokin dia aja kita dibawa ke tempat halusinasi.
Whoa!
Waduh.
Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Gila.
Who's there? Tainari, is that you?
Bukan Tainari, woy.
Ah.
Wih, kaget dia, kaget.
Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring...
Oke, kayaknya gue bakal...
I see. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit...
Oh. I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry.
So, Hypatia, just...
I'm not sure. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul.
Kenapa cutscene yang ngeliatin daun?
Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
Aduh, bunyi perutnya, makan dulu dah.
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later. All right, we're up, Traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too.
By the fire. Gue banyak makanan di tas, tapi kenapa harus dikit makanan gitu? Oke, biar lebih realistis mungkin ya.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tainari gave us. Oh, it smells amazing! And the box is a nice touch too!
Are you already finished cooking?
Box lunch from the traveler.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spirit-born eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this insect plants allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was he sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of spirit-born ale would cause adverse effect. Not to worry though. It appears technically your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using an...
Well, that...
I must admit...
Whoa! You really...
As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our mind...
Whoa! So knowledge from Irminsul can be...
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself, and they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the God of Wisdom, is keeping us away from... I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the Academia, and went on to become a researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw. I clearly back then. I was foolish and ignorant as any... just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to...
So, do you have...
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, there's no need...
Now that we know Hypatia is alright, and had the chance to ask her some...
Time to go. follow the wind.
Udah mulai biasa bergelantungan lama-lama di Sumeru.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not, as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all. But all that can wait.
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's...
Very good.
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you.
Well?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here.
Oh? What?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the city. Needless to say.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tainari, we have something important to...
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought she knew you two would be leaving.
Thanks, Tainari.
Farewell.
Kita pamitan dulu kita. Boleh. Kasian juga sebenarnya Paimon kan pengen akrab gitu ya, tapi Kole itu kayak punya trauma gitu kan. Sentuh.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to... And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition, but I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that...
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can...
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember... Well then,
Paimon,
I,
Paimon.
trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville.
Oke. Kita naik AR, guys. Tapi bentar. Temen gue udah pada online ini. Gue mau add friend orang deh. Adik kelas gue baru main. Sumeru City. Tapi sebelum ke Sumeru City, sepertinya gue bakal ke kemana nih? Mana sih? Nah ini. Nah,
This realm is true.
harusnya sih udah penuh. Oh belum. Pas banget nih hari Minggu ya. Kita bakal ngambil ini aja deh. Resin nggak perlu lah. Gue masih males untuk keluarin resin. Kalau dulu gue bener-bener
If you ever have
sampai resinless banget. Tapi sekarang kayak udah lah ya. Oke. Masih ada waktu ya. Kita bakal ke sini. Target gue hari ini ya explore yang bagian sini dulu aja lah. Sampai jam 11 mungkin. Untuk yang sebelah sini itu mungkin di lain waktu. Gila ini banyak banget coy. Banyak banget asli. Besok gue mana kuliah lagi untuk online. Dinikmati saja, kita lihat hijau-hijau. Tunggu udah sempet buka teleport di sini ya, jadi nggak harus ribet. Kepleset anjay.
Time to go.
Let's light it up!
Ini lagunya keren gak sih? Tapi aduh keburu mati musuhnya. Back sound combatnya kayaknya berbeda gitu ya di setiap
I could get used to this.
Apa nih? Berapa moral? 10.000 tuh. Kalau udah kayak gituan harus dihancurin itu lumayan.
No time to lose.
Hari gini F2P kayak
Into the wind. Bring it on. All right, now we're talking.
Gimana nih cara? Oh. Gak gitu kayaknya ya. Oke, kita naik dulu aja deh. Di mana-mana juga ada ulti lompat-lompat ya. Kotanya nih, gila. Kita ngajak ngobrol dulu dia. Sabar, audio, oke, surround food.
Sumeru City! We finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Buset.
Oh, yeah,
Ada
that's right.
penjaganya.
But
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's out after centuries of tireless research on the Akasha. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in
oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals. To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following.
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access knowledge. May the mighty God bless us.
Gila, canggih banget coy, Sumeru.
Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know.
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru
Kelihatannya
City.
kayak tempat-tempat
May the
pedalaman
wisdom of
gitu
the
ya.
Dendro Archon always be
Tapi
your guide.
teknologinya keren loh Sumeru.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from
Daerah apa
within
nih
some
kok
scorched ruins.
merah-merahnya?
The deity now resides in the
Daerah
sanctuary
berbahaya
of
ini.
Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels... Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea! But what are you going to ask it? Huh. Could it be because... You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon. Uh-oh.
Oke.
Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find any... He's from Sumeru, and even has a position... Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
Ya Paimon, sebentar Paimon. Tapi sepertinya harus ada satu teleport yang saya buka ya. Supaya kalau sampai terjadi apa-apa udah. Ya buka TP yang di sini dulu aja deh. Catherine lagi sama.
Add Astra at...
Wah. AR 59 bentar lagi 60. Bukan bentar lagi sih, masih lama sebenarnya ya. Sekali aja. Di akhir stream kayak gue bakal gacha Zongli. Semoga dapet C3 Zongli. Anjay. Gak ada yang tahu kan dalam lama gacha dikasih hoki. Ini ada yang jualan tas nih.
Marut, you must resist
Jualan
the
anak kecil
power
tuh hebat
of
banget.
temptation.
Udah punya bisnis dia. Ini apaan? Dia lompat-lompat.
Time to go.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Terus mukanya udah marah.
Yes, that's me.
Great! You see,
What? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure,
Here, this is a
Oh, let me see. Oh, ooh, what a relief. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha.
Wes, gila canggih banget, keren.
Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
Coba Genshin bisa first person gimana
You
ya?
too?
Terus kita pakai
What about your
Akashanya gitu.
abilities for getting information and all that?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't
Soundtracknya, guys.
see a need for
Gila.
me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the sanctuary of Sorasthana.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This...
Hi, so what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own
Itu udah buka teleportasi ya.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, traveler in Paimon.
Catherine, we need
Ini
your help
ada
with
kunci
something.
guys. Apa?
Understood.
Aduh.
The Adventurers Guild is always
ini
ready to
Catherine-nya
serve you.
modern guys,
With
pakai
what do you
Akasha
require
dia.
assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aw, another dead end.
Please do not worry. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
All right, off to the Citadel of Rexar we go!
Sini ada apa aja sih? Jauh ya. Tempat kalau mau bikin Emang sih tempat crafting yang paling deket tuh di Liwe, udah fix, no debat. Oh, kita disuruh ke sana tapi males. Ini bisa ke atas tuh buka. Atas lagi. Di atas lagi bisa manjat ya? Enggak.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
It's nice to meet.
Ngebak atau gimana tadi? Aduh.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who's... Ha! It's true that the Eremites network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites, we originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, it isn't just us, though. Have you...
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens, not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali, never makes an appearance.
Really?
Okay.
Aww.
But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it.
All right.
Nope.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations in despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to...
Okay,
And then the calamity came. But at that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass."
Yeah, thanks for this. Dunyarzad.
Of course. So did you... I'm terribly sorry, but...
Dikabur.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks. Let's see.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress?
Did she have...
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Berasa kayak apa ya?
Yeah,
Kayak di Naruto tuh negaranya
Quick,
sejarah
after her.
gitu pakai gini. Tinggal butuh pasir-pasir aja itu. Aduh, ketawanya Paimon, tolonglah.
I don't get it.
Kenapa dia ngumpet gitu loh, heran gue. Oh, jangan ngumpet ya.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the train.
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh, looks like...
Huh?
No, wait, Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other...
All right, let's move out.
Kenapa dia ngumpet ya? Tapi kita perlu gali informasi ke dia.
Time to go.
Cutscene. Berasa kayak di film-film India, coy. Tapi katanya emang
We made
region
it.
ini tuh terinspirasi
They
dari
shouldn't be
India
able to
gitu,
find
tapi
us
India
now.
Waduh.
Wait, stand down, Dia.
Dia sampai cengok anjir sih, Paimon. Gue juga kaget sih.
My lady, who are these two?
Wah, kucing garong, guys.
They're travelers. I see. In that case,
Wait a sec. Who the heck are...
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you,
It'd be easy.
Hey, Dunyarzad already said...
Stay out. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to...
How much?
Wait.
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you... That's why I'm here looking... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like...
No, you're wrong. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or... And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father. And I'm grateful for everything they've... Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same. This is my life and my last...
My lady, are you...
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't ask you to return. But let me make something very clear.
Thank you, Dia.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Today's little excursion costs... Since this definitely won't be... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way,
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they...
I'm fine.
My lady, stop trying to look tough.
I'm sorry for worrying you two.
Sure, after you...
Here he is, just putting the cart before the horse.
Kayak barnya gitu ya, bar.
Well, your perspective...
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dee. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little...
Thank you, sir, but please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already...
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there...
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Dunyarzad, we...
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how,
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. I was stuck inside and my younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. Then one night, I woke up alone. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but... Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate. Wow, you're a Dinnerzad. What? Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen.
Iyalah, Arkon.
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now.
Agak sedih tapi ya.
Then, can you be my friend?
Harusnya bisa, sejawabnya harusnya bisa.
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend."
Bagus,
Although my
berteman
body
sama
was suffering
Arkon.
during those days, that beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment. Yes, if it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about that voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a
What's the Sub-Zero's?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's. It's actually an old holiday that I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukudavat. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation.
Aww.
It is. It's sure the Greater Lord founded Sumeru. But hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quiet?
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this, but recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my...
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous...
Yes. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming along.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk...
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled.
Grand Bazaar. Achievement gue pas 500 tuh, gila. Masih banyak achievement yang belum gue peroleh gitu di Genshin sebenarnya. Besok gue pulang kerja kelompok ya bakal lanjut lagi deh. Soalnya gue kok jadi ngantuk ya. Satu, dua, tiga. Oke teman-teman, jadi gitu aja explore kita hari ini. Tapi sesuai yang gue bilang, ya aku bakal gacha ya. Ya udah zongli aja gitu. Akhir. Oh, kolej terus, udah kolej. Langsung dapet. Mengkaget. Dapet kolej kita. Nah itu sih yang penting, si kolej dulu sih. Belum bisa pakai Stardust. Oh, refresh 3 hari. Boleh review kak? Review apa nih bagus? Halo. Dapat. Aduh visual. Lumayan lah. It's okay visual. Selamat bergabung, bagus pras ya. Aduh. Akhirnya ada yang nonton gitu loh. Bentar. Karakter. Boleh sih. Ini karakter Genshinku nih.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Bennett. Terus ada Childe juga. Childe gue artefaknya pakai si Menawa nih. Kalau Bennett pakai Noblesse. Nah ini nih, ini gue masih belum gue build sebenernya. Semua karakter kurang apa? Oh maksudnya review ini kamu ya apa? Boleh. Sabar. 85 1 87 5829. Bentar ya. Oke, weaponnya mantep nih, the cage. Gue juga pakai the cage kok. Nggak dapet gue ini apa? Senjatanya Bakal yang asli nggak dapet. Critical damage. Ini bagus sih, gila ininya apa? Headernya. Ini, gila bro, lu termasuk orang hoki nggak sih? Critical damage tembus 35% gini. Bakal lo keren sih, gila. Bakal gue aja nggak segila ini gitu.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Ini bener ya akunnya ya? Bener kan gue nggak salah masukin UID 8518 Oke, ini gue juga sama pakai nobles. Nge-build Xiangling buat di spiral ya. Elemental burst, attack percent bisa masuk sini. Oke, critical rate-nya. Sacrificial sword. Oke. Main 3 bulanan. Main 3 bulanan itu termasuknya cepet loh. Cepet ini progresnya. Sama hokinya kayaknya bagus juga kamu nih main Genshin ya. Critical damage, critical rate. Buset. Oke, 25% ini udah mantep sih kan kalau kata gue ya. Ini oke. Wah, gila. Xiao. Mantep, udah pakai primordial jet wing spear ya. Udah pakai artifak yang baru nih ya. Xiao gue aja belum pakai ini loh bro, apa? Belum pakai yang ini, belum gue rombak lagi. Oke. Tembus berapa nih Xiao-nya? 77% ini udah termasuknya bagus loh. Critical rate-nya di atas 70, critical damage-nya ini kalau 200% mungkin lebih sakit lagi ya, cuman ini udah balance lah, udah masuk golden ratio ini termasuknya. Ini Zhongli-nya ya. Mantap. Build buat tank. Persen elemental burst damage. Ini Zhongli-nya dibuat tank atau dibuat ini ya, apa? Sebentar. Elemental burst. Ini dibuat tanker tapi sekaligus juga bisa buat ini ya, apa? Universal juga nyerangnya. Pakai 2 set Shimenawa, attack percent sama nobles buat elemental burst-nya. Keren sih bro akun lo. Kalau baru 3 bulanan main ini udah termasuknya bagus nih. Pakai ini ya, Iron Sting. Iridescent Venerer. Oke, punya gua aja nggak keurus loh Kazuhanya. Gila. Elemental Mastery. Ini triple Elemental Mastery kah? Coba bentar. Iya ya, bener. Wait. Oke. Elemental Mastery-nya dapet 845 ini termasuknya sakit loh kalau untuk reaction. Tadi gue belum lihat stat Zhongli-nya.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Jinnya di build ya. Keren. Oke, masuk ini. Bentar. Di recharge. Critical damage. Overall udah bagus sih, tapi gue masih bingung sama Jingo ini. Bentar, ini emang setnya gini ya, lebih mentingin statsnya mungkin kamu ya, soalnya dilihat nih statsnya bagus, tapi set bonusnya cuma dibikin 2 piece yang nyambung gitu. Tapi statsnya sih udah mantep sih bro. BTW sorry ya kalau mungkin gua nge-reviewnya tuh nggak bisa detail gitu, tapi udah berusaha lah nge-review ini akun kamu nih. Oke sih untuk 3 bulanan mainnya termasuknya. Artefak susah maksudnya. Ya gue juga grinding artefak juga gak gampang kok bro. Lu kalau mau mampir-mampir lihat UID gue, add friend gue juga nggak jadi masalah sih. Lihat-lihat aja punya gue belum tentu sehoki elu bro, masalahnya. Artefak gue aja kayak banyak yang ampas gitu loh. Child gue aja bahkan kayak critical rate aja gak nyentuh 50%. Oke. Naik ini berarti ya. Ya ampun gue tersesat nih. Sumpah pusing banget deh Sumeru. Tapi bener-bener cuci mata sih ini. Lihat hijau-hijau. Oh di bawah.
Sorry I'm late, Milu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything...
Oh.
Tadi gue belum selesai
And who
gacha
are
ya?
these two?
Masih ada sisa berapa
Meet the
itu?
Traveler and Paimon.
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sub-Zerius festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it.
Oke guys, jadi saya bakal ngegacha si Osmentus. Belum dapat. Waduh, 666 ini kacau ini. Boleh cuy. Aduh, bisa lagi. Gila, tapi kita jadi bisa ini juga ubah 20 lagi. Terus ini gue mau udahan dulu, istirahat ya. Visual gue berarti C berapa nih? Waduh, C6 ini.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was aware. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like we can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zero. Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zero.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the greater lore.
Okay. Then, according to legend, the Subs a long time ago, some of the gods got drunk as she danced upon those brilliant purple flowers. Of course they did, although they aren't around anymore, though we're just tiny people.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to...
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all.
Yeah.
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my state...
all of Lesser Lord...
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on!
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zero's festival together?
Dunyarzad, everyone at the...
In that case, we'll take a...
Whoa! What, did you know that the Sub-Zero's festival is about to...
As a child, my grandma, the Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal.
Okay.
Huh. Revamping the... I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll... I mean...
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the... Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the bad when it comes to musicians, dancers, or...
Milu, your outfit...
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival.
Did you sew?
Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company. I've noticed that you can't keep... Of course.
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine?
Kayak robot kah nih?
Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Oh, enggak.
Oh, what's shaken?
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the adventure, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can... But take you two for example.
Well, we enjoy traveling across...
Yes. You should keep...
Huh. Haven't we heard heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. Oh.
Alright, well,
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here.
Jadi serem ya.
there's something really different
ya,
about
guys, ya.
Catherine.
Hey, traveler.
Oh, hey, Dia. What?
I've got something to tell ya.
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so... my lady...
Sounds like a plan.
We've got all kinds.
Let's head over to the Citadel of Rezar and wait for Dia.
Banyak banget yang belum gue explore di Sumeru. Terus ada event juga belum gue jalanin.
Time to go.
3 jam aja main nggak cukup gitu.
Time to go.
Soalnya emang bener-bener harus dinikmati storynya, jangan buru-buru.
Sorry, I'm late. Anyway, I guess I should be thank-
You sure sound a whole lot nice. Look, Dia's.
Listen, I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well.
I take it you all... No kidding.
Brookshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage since you...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft?
Just recently, the Academia...
I suppose... Let me fill you in. The Academia the Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously.
You two have heard of Port... The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port...
Apparently what was lost. If you're interested, maybe you can...
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru...
If you're also interested...
Count me out. I've got And take it from me. If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that there are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that...
You bet they are. The Scarlet King's been dead.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia. And you too, Osfond. Since we've gathered all we could for the moment...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival. Good. Then we'll see you both...
Oke, kita bisa lanjutin questnya. Questnya 29 hari lagi. Terus nanti dapat exquisite kamera. Nggak tahu nih filter apa ini.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home.
Tapi sebelumnya gue mau pamit
This
dulu ya,
blade,
karena ini juga
it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
lama-lama karena besok masih harus kuliah. Jadi itu aja sih teman-teman ya untuk kesempatan bermain hari ini. Makasih udah yang sempat mampir ya. Semoga ya channel ini dapat berkembang entah bagaimanapun caranya dikala saya sedang ada banyak kesibukan. Tapi saya sih ada sih footage video, pengen banget upload video kayak dulu lagi gitu, karena sebenarnya juga kangen gitu ngedit video terus
This
diupload
scenery
daripada
is
cuma
wonderful.
streaming kayak gini. Tapi
Surely
kayak gini
enough
udah
to
bisa
convince
fokus
anyone
di
to become a
pendidikan juga.
wanderer.
Main sambil mungkin sharing, interaksi ya, walau sebenarnya pasti juga ada youtuber yang lebih terkenal dari saya udah mainin Genshin dan juga nge-explore Sumeru gitu, yang nggak jadi masalah karena emang pengen niatnya share juga gitu. Mungkin kalau ada yang mau ngobrol-ngobrol bisa lewat live stream chat gitu aja sih teman-teman ya. Thank you. Kalau kalian suka silahkan tinggalkan like, ya nggak usah di share karena live stream juga nggak ada bedanya juga sih. komen, dan subscribe yang pasti. Makasih semuanya.